Hey, and good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here. I'll make sure my audio is working. Yeah, it's working good. Doing a little bit of a test run here on some of our software updates that we have been doing here, trying to get a little better polished look here for our severe weather coverage. We've made some upgrades to our alert system. Some of it, I'm sure, is going to be familiar to some folks, and others people do use it. But we wanted to make sure that our broadcast, when we do our live coverage, is on par with what's out there in the marketplace. So that's our big attempt here to do. As you can see
New
there,
information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
so there you get an idea of some of the alerts that we're looking to do. I got to close some of my stuff. I got way too much stuff open. I'm going to slow my system down and crash it. I don't watch it. So let me close some of this other junk up here so I don't mess up my system. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to be just kind of watching the severe weather here for this afternoon. We got several of them going on in North Carolina. The more active weather is going to be be more out toward Texas. That'll be coming in a little bit later this afternoon, going into tonight. That's where all the storm chasers are currently sitting. They're sitting out there right now, doing their thing out there. So as you can see, that's the latest update there, day one. That's a nice little revolving platform. It kind of goes through the next 3 days as far as the severe weather and stuff going out there. I do have the chat open if you guys want to put up got a comment or something you want to say. I like your feedback if you'd like as we kind of go through this. So we're still going to keep Radar Omega as our bedrock as far as tracking for severe weather, but we've added some additional other tools as well to do some stuff. And we're still working out some bugs on a couple of other minor things with my team out there, with a good buddy of mine who's out there working. So anyway, we're just going to kind of go through this. We're kind of watching this. It's kind of interesting what's going on in the Carolinas right now. It was not that high of a severe weather day up here, but they've got a lot of individual severe weather thunderstorms here that are going tracking through the Carolinas. All these look like little hail or like little supercell storms here tracking through the Carolinas right now. So we're definitely seeing an uptick in activity in this zone right through here. Again, this is not the main zone that we're going to see. That's going to be off to the west a little bit later. In fact, you take a look at this right here from this graphic, you can see the slight risk is out there, obviously back out here toward the west, back here toward Texas and out toward Oklahoma and out toward Kansas. That's kind of the main area there. What we're seeing right now is actually across the Carolinas, which is actually only was showing a marginal risk for severe weather for today. So they're getting a little more activity than what I was actually expecting for that zone. But that's what we're seeing right now with those individual severe thunderstorm warnings up for these counties. We got 5 of them out there right now. All of these look like they're probably hailers too. They got a little bit of hail with this. We'll look at the velocity. Oh yeah, you can see all these nice little hailers showing up very nicely with some of these cells. Probably dropping about 1/4 inch hail with some of these. That's a pretty good one there. Whenever you see the gray going off, you know you got a chart. You got one that's probably a little over a 1/4 size hail there. Hey, hello, Diane. How you doing? Up there in Chatsworth, Georgia. Good to see you there. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here. We're just kind of watching the weather here this afternoon. As far as North Georgia is concerned, we had that rain earlier. That's kind of a bit of a stabilizing element for that area. So it'll depend on how this activity in Alabama does for later. Right now, let me go back over to regular radar mode here for North Georgia. You kind of see things are pretty quiet right now. We kind of get a little bit of a quiet period there with some of the rain. But back over here in Alabama, I'm going to switch over to the Birmingham radar. And you got a little more robust activity back over here. So I have to watch this closely, see if any of these kind of potentially go up severe or not. Because obviously all of northern Alabama and North Georgia are under the gun here for some of that severe weather right now. Now the big activity is going to go later tonight. I got one more warning down here in Mississippi too. I got this down near the Gulfport. Got a nice little cell there, going with some severe weather there. So again, as you guys are coming on through here, if you're not a subscriber, I'd like to invite you to please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you could. Again, I just kind of try to kind of meet y'all's expectations with some of these upgrades that we've done to our crawl system and to our alert system. Like I said, all the chasers are going to be, they're mostly out toward the west. So we got a new warning here. Let's go into this. Is actually in Mississippi, so let's go ahead and zoom in here. And this is up in right near Collins, so like Collins, Mississippi, getting a little active weather here. So this goes for 1 hour and 1 minute. This is for Covington County and northwestern Jefferson Davis. Goes until 4 o'clock. The storm is 8 miles northeast of Prentice, moving east at 25. So we got a little bit of activity there with that cell. And you can kind of see that moving off toward the east there. That's okay. Yeah, I got you there. Got the new pool pump going. Yeah, it's getting to that kind of year, getting to that time of year for the pool activity. That's for sure. I got some. I always like to look at some of these sky conditions around. See, it's kind of stormy and kind of cloudy there in Mississippi for today. I got a new warning came up. Oh, this one's up. Yeah, this is what I was just talking about. Watching these cells here, getting ready to go into Alabama. Pretty good cell there, coming in right there. So this is for quarter-size hail, and this is for eastern Noxubee and southern Louds County, and goes until 4 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm was located near Deer Brook at 8 miles per hour, 8 miles northeast of Macon, moving northeast at 25. So these aren't really moving all that fast. But one thing I have noticed here, the alert system that I have, the way I've got this thing packaged, is in order to hear the verbal alert tones, I've got to have it on every single slide. So I'm kind of making a note to myself that I've got to put that. Right now, I've just got them in my my two primary slides here for severe weather tracking. So we got that. Another thing I did add here to the look is we've got the latest GOES 19 satellite imagery here, which is really good because it's got the lightning detector in with the actual satellite imagery, which is really great. Because that what allows us to do is you can kind of get an idea of where these thunderstorms are increasing here by looking at where the lightning is falling. You kind of see the lightning falling up in here and there. Now, we're going to be watching closely out in this zone out in here. That's where the storm chasers are out there in Texas. That's where they're going to be seeing that stuff start to pop up there a little bit later. So, so I gotta put that alert tone thing in all of my graphics, every single one, not just one. So, got to make that verbal note to myself. Now, the voice alerts will be seen on this slide here.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
So you can hear that voice alert there will be on those slides when I'm on there. I think I'll probably just leave it on the radar images ones now because the radar Mega does have the alert tone too. So maybe I don't put the voice alert on every single one. I'll probably get y'all's feedback on that as we kind of go through this. But obviously we added WeatherWise, which is another app tool that we've added here to kind of look through stuff. We've got another source for high resolution model data that I added. So that's another big plus here. So again, this is just an opportunity for me to kind of go through the steps here and kind of show folks here the overall look. What we did do, my buddy Steve did, is we went ahead and we took all the fonts down below and we capitalized them all. So they stand out a little bit better. And we've got another program too. We still got to work on it because what's happening is it's not cropping it very well. It's kind of cropping off the top. It's what I'm going to call my warning zoom. I'm going to call it the warning zoom, where basically we can highlight any warning and zoom right to it, and it'll break down the categories and stuff that's going on for everyone. So that's something I definitely want to add to the toolbox here for not only for the rest of the severe weather season, but also getting ready for hurricane season as well. So we got the storm reports. Haven't had a whole lot here for today. We've had a couple right now. Most of it there in some wind and hail reports there across North Carolina, and we'll probably get some additional ones there pretty soon into for later. Yeah, Diana, I'm hoping so. The big thing is
new information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
To make sure that we're at least competitive. I will say one of the things that has been that was always a little disheartening for me. Compared to the two big guys out there on the YouTube universe with the Ryan Halls and the Max Velocities, that I didn't have the technology or the software to be what I would consider at least somewhat competitive. And now we've got that. I really think we've got that now. We've got the tools. I've got the look. We've got a few things that I want to do from a development standpoint. Like the background graphic here, my daughter's going to do a refresh on to kind of sharpen it up a little bit. We're going to make that a little bit better for you guys. And but we're going to be looking at at least I can sit there and say, yeah, I might not get the several 100,000 viewers or whatever the hell those two guys get, but at least I can say they ain't gonna be because of my product. That's for darn sure. Product is going to be very well. I think it's going to be well received. And they're talking to is there a minimum order quantity? What's this here? Nope. No, ma'am. Nixon was asking me something about something. I'm not exactly sure on my weather call service, which is I got to get that promoting again. But the big thing is trying to get getting the Facebook page for local North Georgia back up to where it was, coming up on 4,000, which is okay. But when you consider we had close to 35,000, it's a little bit rough to take. Let me go out here to the west area. I want to go out here and kind of show where the storm chasers are, where these guys are going to be going a little bit later. And it looks like stuff's starting to fire up just a little bit. Seeing a little bit of activity out here. We can kind of see what these guys are showing out there. They're waiting for the cap to kind of break out here toward Texas. The skies are pretty quiet out there right now. Then you're not seeing a real vertical get lift in the skies just yet. But the fact that we're starting to see a little activity here now, starting to pop, we should get some storms here pretty good. So you can see the skies kind of getting dark out there. And tornadic risk out here is pretty low. Not expecting it to be that bad here for today out there. I think next week might be a different case as far as what the severe weather is going to run out there, especially out there in the plains. I think out there it's going to be could be a pretty active week ahead, potentially going into the last few days of the month of April right now. So yeah, this is going to be a fun thing here, I think, especially with all the stuff. I still got the watches and warnings. I still got that slide here. This kind of updates here from Pivotal, kind of quick snapshot there, kind of give you the overview. I still have the model data. I still have that. Make sure. I think I still got that picture over here. Let me double check. See, yeah, there it goes. So I still got the model data here, which is great. You kind of get a look at the high resolution data here, which is really. I really like this. I found this site and I was like, well, I really like this because what I like best about this presentation, I worked when I was at CBS 46 in Atlanta, back when it was called that. I worked on this color palette that looked very similar to this for a week or so, I think, to get that color palette just right to show the kind of reflectivity. And when I saw this one, I said, oh my Lord, that looks exactly like the one I had worked so hard to build for that thing. And so to see this now show up, I was like, oh, this is really nice. So I said, I'm going to switch over to this because I think this is a really good representation of stuff. So you kind of see the stuff out here that'll go across the Carolinas and Georgia. So looks like a pretty good cluster of storms coming into Atlanta around 9 o'clock tonight. That's that storms that are kind of coming across Alabama. Those are the ones I think may be severe. And then we got to watch this stuff out here to the west. There's this little cold core. This is where those chasers are. Is they're kind of waiting for this little thing to kind of come out. You see it kind of bubbling up right through there. That's the big thunderstorms that are going to go through there. These are probably some pretty good. There's a little cold core with this, so I really think it would probably be some hailers for that storm as we go into this evening. So just now starting to pop a little bit and kind of really get going out there into Texas for later this afternoon. So that's what we're seeing right now. Again, the cap looks like it's still in place. When I say cap, by the way, that means the atmosphere can't get the column air to rise just yet. So it's this warm layer down. Once that cap breaks, though. Boom! It's like blowing a soda bottle. It kind of goes a little bit. So just kind of waiting to see what happens with the storms here starting to pop. So I'll keep checking back on these storm chasers to see how the sky conditions are looking.
New information: this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
So we'll see how this kind of works out here. I do like those verbal alert tones. Although there is a possibility, I'm looking at maybe changing the voice to somebody I know. I don't know if he's willing to do it. Even if he does do it, I probably can't tell you who it is for sure. But it'd be really cool to get him to do it. I would love to be able to do that. Hey, how you doing there, Treasured Home? Good to see you there. How are you? Just kind of doing a little test run here this afternoon on some of the stuff that I did over the weekend when I did my initial test run there the other day. And we've made some updates here. We've made fonts.
New information: this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
So we've updated the fonts now that we're all capitalized, so it's a little bit easier to read on that. We've added another thing here on this view here where I've got the revolving GIF there of the actual daily warnings, days 1 through 3. So it kind of revolves through there, kind of like that. We still have the storm chaser things. I still have those. So I'll have one image there for 2. And then obviously we still have the 2 on here. And then you know, obviously, and I still have this, although it's not my best shirt to be going to the weather wall on because I still haven't repainted my wall. I've got to do it, but I'll do it over time. So this doesn't key me very well. That's why it's a little bit light on the color. You see it kind of doing a crazy thing there. So again, I can point out these hailers here, and it's my shirt. It doesn't like my shirt. So I will fix this, I promise you. This green that I have on this wall is not quite slime green. It's a little too dark. So I've got to redo my wall. I definitely need to do that. And we're going to be ready to really kick some butt, I think, during hurricane season. I think that's looking pretty good. Let me go back over to this. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, definitely getting some hailers. I think this is a little unexpected. I mean, the hail risk in this area was not that high, but boy, they're getting some nice quarter size. I mean, look at these hail reports in here. I got several of them up here in Carolina. Here's one that's a 1 inch hail, quarter size hail. This is 1 1/4 size hail. Here's another 1 inch size hail. And here's one that's 1 1/2 inch size hail, ping pong size hail. So we got several good hailers here across the Carolinas. I mean, Carolinas right now, getting up toward the Wake Forest area, Raleigh. Some pretty good storms getting ready to blow into there. So most of these should be about 60-mile-per-hour winds. I think we might see some 70-mile-per-hour winds out there toward Texas. Potentially some of the storm is out there today. But I'm not expecting any tornadoes today. I think those will be pretty. All right, no problem, Diane. You can step out anytime you want. Come on back whenever you like. Not a problem. Like I said, this is really not kind of a where I'm trying to do anything really off the wall crazy here. Just wanted to do a little bit of live broadcast as I'm testing some of the products here right now. And kind of observing everything. Like I said, the big observer I made of stuff. I want the voice tone on all these graphics. They got to be in every single one of them. So I've already made that note to myself. I'll probably keep that with my Radar Omega slides, and then I'll keep the alert tone from Omega for the other slides. So that's how I think I'm going to handle that, because I don't know if I really want to put it on every slide. So, although if the viewers say they like it, otherwise we may, who knows. So anyway, got some pretty good rains here coming through the Carolinas right now. You can see some pretty good heavy downpours coming up toward Clinton and Whitmer and Carlisle. Again, these are getting close to severe. When I start seeing purple showing up in there, could be some hail in there ready to go. So that could be potentially going severe here soon. North Georgia is quiet here for the moment, but we do have some hefty thunderstorms coming into Alabama. These boys got to be watched pretty carefully as they cross the state. Again, this current warning right now goes for another 48 minutes, and this is for that's at Noxubee and Southern Lowndes in Mississippi. And these are moving northeast at 25. So these are not moving too terribly fast. And we'll see how these things traverse the state. I think Georgia, because of the stabilizing rain we had earlier, I think that's going to not be too big a problem for them, I think, today. Do I have that on? Let me see here. No, it's not on. I'm just making sure. Another thing I got to do is reset all my, the way that OBS works is all your slides are all your different files are kind of layered. So sometimes you got to make sure your layers are just right. So that's something else that I need to look at here. Let me look at some of these sky conditions here in Mississippi still. Yeah, looking, when you start seeing skies like that, that's the University of South Mississippi, I believe there, you can see the skies are pretty buoyant. They're pretty light. So you got some very humid air there. And you got these two warnings here in Mississippi right now. So I'm still waiting to see what pops out there in Texas. That's going to be an interesting chase. These guys, I tell you, God bless these storm. I know this is when these storm chasers make a lot of their money. So, and you guys can check out like Brandon Koptic. He's out there, and the two that I'm using, by the way, if you want to look at their stuff, is Storm Runner Media, and the other one is Brandon Koptic. Those are the two that I typically like to look at, and I'll mix them up and I'll put their links down below for folks to kind of check them out, because I always like to tell folks to support the storm chasers, the real ones, not the yahoos. There are some yahoos out there. Yahoos is what we refer to. A buddy of mine coined that phrase. He was a professional storm chaser for years, worked at the Weather Channel, and anybody that would go storm chasing that did not have the education or the knowledge to do it. That was it. So we got a new severe thunderstorm watch has just been issued here. I just see the watch has just gotten issued. So let's talk about the watch box out here in Texas. So let me go over here to WeatherTap here. Just waiting for this to upgrade. So it just got issued, so it'll take it a second here. So let me go to my interactive here. So we're going to be watching Texas, over here in Texas. So a new watch box is going to be going up in this area. I just saw the alert come out, so we'll see the new watches here as we're watching this boundary right through here. So you kind of got this boundary right here and going this way. So we'll have some nice watch boxes come up here very shortly for that zone. So hasn't posted just yet, but it's getting ready to. It's getting ready to. We'll get that here shortly. Again, if you're watching from anywhere and you got any questions, please let me know. You can pull up in the chat there, and I can pull up your name and stuff, and we can talk a little bit. Let me go back to Radar Omega here. Go back over here. And I still need to go see Radar Omega. I think what I'm going to do is once I get my Facebook page, see the alert. There's all the counties for Briscoe, Childress, Cochran, Cottle, Crosby, Dickens, Floyd. These are all the watches that are just coming out for Texas. So just kind of waiting for those to plot online there. And they should be up here shortly. And there's the more of the counties there being issued for the watches. And that'll pop up here on this site. This is a service called WeatherTap's what I use for this one. So I'll keep coming back and checking on that to post here in momentarily. Back to Radar Omega here. Oops. Let's see here. Let me double check. I'm going to check the SPC here and just double check their look here.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
I didn't hear the new. I got a new warning, so let's go check that out. Let me go to Radar Omega here. Oh, there it is. I see it. Let's go check this one out. Got a new warning up here in the Carolinas. Let's check this one out. This one is for 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for northwestern Chester, southwestern York, and central Union. Goes until 5:15. Severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles southeast of Union or Monarch, moving northeast at 35. Tasha Patterson, how's the weather looking for May 10th? Well, where are you at, Tasha? Are you there in North Georgia, or that's a little far out, probably too far out to really get a good educated guess. But it depends on what part of the country, and I can tell you what what it typically is. You like to get within about 7 days. So Tasha, just check back with me, like say around May 3rd. That's actually my anniversary. So going into May 3rd, about a week out. You got a wedding going on that weekend or something? That's I got married on May 3rd. A long time ago, 28 years ago coming up. And I'm fighting a cold too, by the way. Royston. Where's Royston? Is that Royston, Georgia? I will look that up. I'm going to take my glasses off. I can't read. Royston. Yeah, okay, I see you up there across northeast Georgia, way over there near north of Athens. So yeah, I got you. Yeah, check back with me on the 3rd, or yeah, you'll get my Facebook stuff.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
So just check back with me about a week out. It's too early to give you a forecast for that. So we got a couple of these dropped off. We're down to 3 now in the Carolinas. We got 2 over here in Mississippi. So we got 5 total. That's what the counter's showing. So let's see if the other thing has reported just yet. Let's go to, oh, you know what? I know why it's not on. I didn't turn it on. Oh, I'm such a dummy. I know. I just realized, oh, I didn't turn that on. Oh, dummy. I got to turn it on. I just remembered, no, I didn't turn it on. I did not turn these on. There they are. Hey, that was my fault. My bad. So here's that watch across Texas. Here I was waiting for it. It's like, why isn't that posted yet? Royston. Yeah, how you doing there, Steve? Steve's my buddy. This is a good friend of mine. You might as well just call him our technical engineer here on the Weather Nerds channel. He is our brains where I lack them in certain areas. So he's been helping us out with the crawl system, and he came up with the counter that we use down below, which I still like, so I still want to use that, where it's kind of separating the counters a little bit. Still keep the active watches warnings out there as a separate thing, but I do like that. So I think, hey, Steve, one thing I'll let you know is it looks like if I'm going to have the alert tone on, or the voice tone, it has to be on every slide. It can't be just on one and leave it on. If you get off that slide, you will not hear it. So obviously that overlay will go on all of them anyway. So whenever we get that figured out. So I'm still using the one from the link right now. That's some technical jargon, guys. So anyway, we're going back out here to Texas. I want to go ahead and show again all the chasers are out here in Texas. They're out here where this watch box is. The cap's starting to go a little bit out here. Starting to see a little bit of these clouds start to go, but they're not gone severe yet. You can see the kind of get an idea of what the clouds are looking like there. If you happen to be new to the channel, again, we're kind of doing a test warm up here on a lot of new software, a lot of new upgrades that we've added here to the channel. To be honest with you, I think really brings us on par with some of the bigger channels out there in the YouTube universe, between our alerts and the different products that we have. We've got some pretty good stuff here starting to go, and I really like the look. So we got some minor things we still got to tweak to some additional products coming your way here soon once we figure out some of the technical issues. We figured out our alert voice problem that we had from over the weekend where we weren't hearing it. We can hear it now. I just learned that it has to be on every slide if I wanted to have it on every slide, although I'm kind of debating on whether I just want to leave it on the main radar or not. So, well, again, just kind of seeing, I'm kind of watching these sky conditions here. Yeah, the cap's just starting to go a little bit out there. Hasn't really spiked just yet. Yeah, it's interesting too. That's what I was saying. It will not do an alert off the slide. If I'm on another slide and it's not on there, it will not go off, which is kind of weird because usually with some other stuff, whenever I've got it on there, you should be able to hear it. So. See if this is good. Up there, there's the new watches and warning. There's the new watch there showing up over there. So at least I know Pivotal Weather's working too, doing its update thing. Hey Tyler, good to see you there. He's telling everybody to subscribe. He's my unofficial PR man on the broadcast. So I'm just kind of watching this Midland radar here. Let me go back to where I made it here. Oops, go back over there. Oops. So doesn't look. I'm starting to see a lot. I'm surprised not seeing any little lightning with this stuff just yet. So it hasn't really got going. Once the lightning starts going out there and really starts firing up, you should be able to see things beginning to really get moving out there. But I definitely can't wear this shirt if I'm going to be at the weather wall. It does not like this shirt, and I think I'm going to paint my wall this weekend. Steve, I've been putting that out for a while, man. I just got to get that slime green color, and it's just a little too dark. And I think if I get that color spectrum, I think if I write that chrome color down from the key itself and take that to Home Depot, I think they can take it from the color code that the computer generates, because I believe that's how they do it there. I'll have to double check, but I think they do. Let's go back over here to the east. Let's watch the warnings out here again. We're kind of watching. There is at least 3 different warnings out. Been a lot of good hailers out here in areas of North Carolina this afternoon. Upwards to almost ping pong size hail, up to about 1.5 inches. Definitely not bad there. But you see a pretty good hailer up here toward the north. Again, you see that purple there on a radar. You know you got a signature there that is lighting up some pretty good hail. So watch out for that up that way in the Carolinas. These have been impressive little storms, but they pulse up and they kind of die down a little bit. Looks like they've died down a little bit here. Let's switch over to the one in South Carolina. Let's look at this one. And this one here is kind of holding its own. This one's not looking too bad. 60-mile-per-hour winds, and this is for northwestern Chester, southwestern York, and central Union County. And it goes until 5:15 on that one. That's the one up here in South Carolina. So not looking too bad there. Hey, make sure before you guys leave, if you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. And if you are, give me a like too if you could. I've got a new warning down here into southern Louisiana. Let's go check this out. I got some really bad flooding down here earlier. So this is for northwestern Ascension, east central West Baton Rouge, West Central Livingston, East Central Iberville, and East Baton Rouge parishes, all until about 4:15. Storm was located near Brownsfield, moving northeast at 15. So the fact that's moving pretty slow, that's a pretty good gully washer. So I like to call those. Those are gully washers there when you get that kind of downpour there. Where it's not moving all that fast, you can get some localized flooding. They had a few bit of flooding around New Orleans yesterday with some of the storms that were firing up. Yeah, pardon me. I got a spring cold. I thought it was just sinuses, but no, it's a cold. So you see all these heavy thunderstorms here flaring up just south of New Orleans, near Golden Meadow, coming up toward Covenant and coming up toward the Baton Rouge area. Not in a big hurry. You also may notice here, and I always like pointing this out for this time of year. You start seeing some of these little outflows here. So you see one up here. You see see this one. See that one going right there. And then you got this one down here going out. It's all like throwing rocks on a pond. And what sometimes will happen is that these outflow boundaries, they'll intersect with other areas and you'll get new thunderstorms to flare up. Very, very common, especially as you go into the summer months, become a little more pronounced because you don't have a lot of upper level winds to kind of show it off. So it's really literally like dropping a rock in a pond and just seeing the waves kind of propagate out from each other. So this is what we currently got. We got these 2 warnings here in Mississippi too. Let's go check on this one. We got a new scan coming in there, watching these storms getting ready to cross into Alabama. So I'm interested to see if these warnings will go off for Alabama or not as this comes across. And we got a pretty hefty storm. Let me move this over to the Birmingham radar here. And again, this one goes for another 34 minutes. This one's not moving all that fast. But again, look at the cluster of lightning with this storm. Again, when you see little clusters of lightning like that, probably a good indication you got hail with this. You see the cluster of lightning in that one zone right there. See that showing up right there? Now watch what happens here when I switch over to VIL, over to the vertically integrated liquid. It's a way to detect hail. And boom, shows up very nicely. So whenever you see the lightning show up, you're always going to see where the hail lines up with that as well. Start doing my best John Madden impersonation there. So still waiting for the big storm. All these storms that we're currently seeing, these isolated storms, are all in that marginal risk for severe weather that we're expecting for today. Out here toward the west is where the main effort is going to be here later this afternoon. We're still waiting for the cap to break. It's just starting to get going out here a little bit. Starting to see some early signs of development. Some of the chasers are out here kind of looking at the skies. Whoops, let's get off him. His camera went kaput. So you kind of see the skies getting darker, starting to get the heavy rain start to develop. Again, these are not going to be tornadic. We don't have the jet energy for these storms for not only for today, but for the next 3 days. Now, with that being said, early next week will be a different story. I think we're going to see a better chance for tornadoes next week. Something on, a few dozen possible tornadoes, I think, next week. Not a super outbreak because I don't think it's quite that strong, but I think we're going to see more out there. So I'm just kind of checking out what I like to do with the storm chasers when they're in about is I'm looking at the sky conditions and I'm looking to see how that sky is moving. Okay, are we getting good vertical development of the thunderstorms, or is it does it look like it's being inhibited a little bit? And it still looks like to me, looking at the sky, it's starting to go. Like you can look over here, you see these skies are starting to go up here a little bit over here. You see them going up here a little bit, and then it's kind of a little flattened over here. So still a little bit of cap out there, starting to go just a little bit out there in Texas, but we'll see that tier change as we go through the afternoon. Got a new warning, Barry, back out here to the east. So yeah, back toward the Carolinas. So let's go check this out with the Carolinas once again. Let's go. This has been a pretty good hailer out here out in North Carolina. And this is for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for southeastern Alamance, southern Orange, west central Wake County, and northwestern Chatham, southwestern Durham. Goes till 5:15. Storm is located 8 miles north of Pittsboro, moving east at 25. So it's coming into the Chapel Hill and the Durham area there. So coming right into rush hour. That's kind of that's going to sneak for you. Hey, if you're new to the channel, if you could please do me a favor, let me know where you're watching from. I'm kind of doing a test run. We just made some major upgrades here on our severe weather capabilities here on the channel with the new crawl, new alert system. We've added a couple more products here to the channel. Very crisp, very good looking product. I think it's looking very good. A lot of effort. We've been doing the channel now for about 18 months, and it's kind of interesting when I look at the evolution of how these severe weather things have gone. They've each gotten a little better as we built onto this thing. But we're finally, I think, getting up to the level now to where we can be a little more competitive with our like peers in the industry, whether it be on Facebook or on YouTube. We may never get the numbers like the big boys got because they pretty much got that market quarantined. But at least I can give you guys an opportunity of a different option. So if you'd like to please subscribe and come back for any future updates. I can't do all of them. And to be honest with you, I don't like going up against the big boys when they're broadcasting because YouTube just says, we're not going to let you have any of that audience. It gets a little frustrating sometimes. The only time I will go up against them is a hurricane. I will always do hurricane wall to wall. That's kind of my thing. I was on the Weather Channel tropical team back in the day and learned a lot from John Hope and Steve Lyons and we've been able to hold our own pretty decently for hurricane coverage. So that much I can do. But when it comes to the severe weather stuff, that's just very, very difficult. When you got two guys who've got basically 3.5 million followers, they're going to get all the traffic. And when you've only got 6,689, you're not going to get a damn thing. So that's just the nature of the beast. And to be honest with you, this is also going to be my bread and butter for my individual local channel as well for the North Georgia First Alert weather, which is across North Georgia. So, but I still want to do my national broadcast. So if you haven't subscribed, again, please hit that subscribe button and let me know where you're watching from. Again, just leave a comment down below because I have the ability to pull you up and pull up your comment and we can talk a little bit there. So I like doing that. All right, let's go back here to, let's see how the sky conditions are looking in Charlotte right now. A little cloudy. Yeah, look at it there at the football stadium there. I forget the name of that stadium. Was that Bank of America Stadium? Yeah, that's it. It's a little cloudy, a little breezy there in Charlotte right now too. And let's see this camera here, the football club. Man, a little cloudy, a little rainy. Looks like a little rainfall in there as well. Don't see any rain there. Must have been me wanting to see rain. All right, let's go back over here to Alabama. I want to check out these storms over here. These are going to cross over here. So we're going to watch this closely to see if the Birmingham Weather Service is going to be issuing another severe thunderstorm warning here or not for this county. It's kind of interesting watching this. It's kind of meandering. This looks like it's almost heading due south. They're not really pressing off toward the east there when you look at it. Kind of eyeballing it a little bit. And switch down to the southern storm here. This one's got a little potent storm. This one's got about 28 minutes left on that one. And I'm really looking forward to the jumper here on this. So again, these are a couple of storms here into Mississippi right now. The main activity will come a little bit later. This is going to be out toward Texas. So that box right there, that's where we're going to waiting for the severe thunderstorm watch. The cap is still in place out here. So this watch goes until 11 o'clock Central Daylight Time tonight. So those are those counties there in orange. Not expecting, I'm not saying that you couldn't see a tornado. You can always get one. You never can rule it out completely. I think the tornado risk out there is only running about 2% for right now. But the big thing is going to be some strong gusty winds, and you can see the update right there above my head there. So that's what they're going to get into those areas for this afternoon. Right now, as it's looking out there, the storm chasers are all clustered in the same area. It's a cold little core, a little upper level disturbance that's coming out of the southwest. Hey, there is Mick from Arkansas. Hey, Mick, good to see you. Good to have you back. One of our regular viewers there. I appreciate that. Tell me what you think of the new look, guys. Especially my regular guys. I like y'all's feedback. I really liked how it looks, guys. I try to come up with my own take on stuff. I don't want to directly copy what the other boys are doing, but at the same time, there's certain products and things that you got to have that all of us use. So I'm trying to make sure that we kind of got a little bit of everything here with the product, so that so it can be competitive. It's like, well, The Godfather does this. Why can't you do that? I've gotten those comments before, believe it or not. So, and for those who don't know, when I refer to The Godfather, that's Ryan Hall. He's the internet weatherman, the weather enthusiast extraordinaire. He's the guy that sucks all of the oxygen out of the room, so poor little guys like me with our little channels have no air to breathe. But I'm really hoping to work out all the bugs on this stuff to work. Now, one of the things, I already got one thing I know I got to fix, and the weather warnings jumper. Boy, I can't wait to get that thing up and going. Well, I guess I can kind of show it. This is not really set, guys. Let me just show you how this thing works. This is one of our little widgets that we're kind of working on here. So way this thing works is this thing will jump and goes right to a warning, and it's getting cut off of the screen. So you can kind of see a little bit of the data there, but it's cutting it off. So I can't, not ready for broadcast yet. We're working on it. So that's coming. It kind of gives you the specific locations, wind gusts, the hail size, and stuff like that. We just got to get it cropped right, and it's a work in progress. So my buddy Steve, you see that what it's showing. You see what I'm talking about there on that thing. We got to get that fixed. So that's coming. We'll get it fixed. That should be too difficult to get that taken care of.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Got a new warning. What we got here? What we got? Where's that new warning here? I didn't see that one. Where did it come out? I think it was down here, Baton Rouge here. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, so no, it wasn't that one. Oh, I heard it. Where was it? Was it in the Carolinas? Maybe it was Carolinas. I think that's the same one we did earlier. Okay, not sure where that warning came out, but I'll keep an eye out there. I heard the alert tone, but I didn't see where it was coming. Maybe it's in a different place. I see the 2 in North Carolina and the 3 in Georgia. Those are still fine. Yep, okay. Maybe it was a delay. Sometimes when they do a text update, that'll trigger sometimes too. So again, let me know where you're watching from. Yeah, I like it, Mick. I really do. I really love the look. It's a lot of hard work between me and my buddy, and we're trying to build a good, effective product here. Obviously, for hurricane season, I got some additional slides that I'm going to have to build to include with obviously the weather, the National Weather Service, the Hurricane Center, and things like that. We're going to have to add, but otherwise, the base template is set. So I'm very, very pleased with the look. My daughter's going to fix my background image for like the breaking news, and the background slide is going to be a little crisper, a little sharper. I sent that to her yesterday, so she's a graphic artist and she can really kind of fancy it up for me a little bit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a good fun period here for the rest of the severe weather season as well as the upcoming hurricane season. So we got, all right, got 23 minutes left on that warning there. It doesn't look like that one's going to sneak in Alabama. It looks like that started moving south. So it's kind of weird. It was moving east, and then it looks like 2 storms just kind of merged together and then started moving down to the south on that. So I thought Tuscaloosa may get hit there, but it didn't look that bad. Got some pretty good storms here east of Birmingham. Up in Birmingham, Alabama. That's going to make for a nice commute home. Seeing a little cluster of lightning here. Not quite severe, but pretty hefty thunderstorms there near Birmingham. Back over here toward North Georgia, we're getting a break right now, and we kind of show you some of the cameras up this way. This is a Radar Omega. This is actually Radar Omega's home station here north of Atlanta, who hope to eventually make partners. I know they're no longer partners with the Godfather anymore, but I might go ahead and try to partner with them because they are in my backyard, and there should be no reason why I shouldn't. Especially once I get my main Facebook page back. That one's getting a lot of growth. Because once I get my main Facebook page back and what I've already got, I should be close to 50,000 on there. So that would be, I think, sufficient audience for a good sponsorship, I think. All right, let's go back out here to the west again. Again, I'm watching all the storm chasers, man. There's like all 4 of them out there. There's 4 of them out there saying that. Oh, they're starting to see a pretty good halo there. That's starting to look impressive now. See that purple starting to show up in here. So you know you're starting to get some hail there starting to form. And I'll go over to the Ville here. And yeah, starting to get the hail in there forming. So you can see that storm is getting pretty dark, pretty heavy in there with a pretty good severe thunderstorm, maybe getting close out there in the west. So the cap's starting to break. Let's go. We got a new warning here back to the west. Let's see. Where do we got? East, I should say. Where's that one at? I heard the alert tone, but I don't see it. Is it somewhere else? No. Oh, there it is. Up in North Texas. Oh, here it is. There you go. Ooh, this one snuck up on me. This is up on the northern part of that line. Here you go. All right. Well, here's the northern part of that line. Here is 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for southwestern Donley in the Panhandle, Texas. Goes till 4:30. And the thunderstorm is located 9 miles southwest of Clarendon, moving northeast at 15. So that kind of goes back to that area there. So, again, we're kind of watching this area right in here. Obviously, that is up here. So we're talking, obviously got that one in there, and all the chasers are down here because the main little upper low is swinging out right through there. So that's why they're looking right through that region, that part of Texas right now. Before you guys leave, make sure you
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That's the Donnelly one. Okay, make sure that you guys hit that like button if you could, do me a favor. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It'd be an honor and a privilege to be one of your weather sources. God knows there's enough of us out there. But we're trying to build something here good. I think we're definitely in the ballpark. I do wish I was a little more technically inept with some of this stuff and could have come up with this stuff a little bit sooner than I did. Let's go back over here toward the area here. That's a potent little storm there getting into Durham, into the Carolinas. That one's had a history of dropping hail up to about golf ball size. So it's getting ready to come into the Chapel Hill area there right now, getting in toward Durham. Again, this warning here, it's got another 35 more minutes on this one. Southeastern Alamance, southern Orange, west central Wake, northeastern Chatham, and southwestern Durham goes until 5:15. So let's continue to move east at about 25 miles per hour. I like seeing these little outflow bands, but that's like that's settling down there. Let's see this other one down here into South Carolina. Let's see how this one's doing. That's holding its own. Wow, look at that. Look at that hail core in that sucker. Woo, that's what you call hail core right there, my friend. We got some good hail falling in there. Let's go look at the VIL on that one. I can promise you we got a good looking hailer in there. Let's take a look. Yep, there it is. So probably getting some pretty good quarter size hail going into Carlisle right now in South Carolina. This is under that warning area. Now what's interesting is that hail is sitting right on the edge of that box, so it's kind of bleeding over just a little bit. All righty, let's see here. Let's go down to, right now, Georgia's looking good. And I really wasn't worried about Georgia's severe weather threat today. I was kind of surprised when the Weather Service put the marginal risk for that area. That morning rain really stabilized everything, and I don't think we're going to get anything this afternoon. Unless something rolls out of Alabama. The only thing I'm watching out of Alabama for Georgia, anybody Georgia's watching from my area, is this zone right in here. These storms going this way to see if any of these possibly pulse up severe. Let's go back over toward Texas, and we're starting to get the cap starting to bruck out here a little bit. Looked like a pretty good hailstorm that was starting to come together here out here. As we got multiple storm chasers in the vicinity of this storm. So you see the heavy downpours with it right now. See a little modest clouds. Seeing a little modest there. Shows you the convection, the turbulence of the atmosphere. Starting to get underway there a little bit. A little more modest. Not a whole lot of lightning, just a couple strikes in there. But obviously if there's hail in there, which I believe obviously I can see there is, probably pea-sized, nickel-sized hail. Because that's what's showing up on the VIL. Got a little bullseye right there. So we're probably getting a little bit of hail there. If you can let me know where you're watching from, I'd appreciate that. And make sure you get that thumbs up there. I've been looking at my stats, by the way. I'm looking at the counter. That's all I can see right there. I probably should, I guess I should keep it up. I got to get in the habit of doing that anyway. So I'm going to drag this over to my side screen, and that way I can keep an eye on it. There we go. All right, so we got about 10 likes out there so far. All right, got a new warning. Let's go back over to Radar Omega here. Let's see what we got going on. Back out to the west here. What do we got here? All right, got one going in Alabama now. So this is Alabama. We'll switch over to the Birmingham radar. Let's go back to reflectivity mode. All right, that's after that cell. It's getting ready to come across the state line. It was moving one direction and then took a dive to the south and east here a little bit. So this warning right now goes for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for southwestern Pickens and northwestern Sumter. Goes till 4:30. Severe thunderstorm was located over Paulette and 12 miles southeastern Macon, moving southeast at 10. So not moving very quickly, not moving very, very fast. So these are going to be some pretty good gully washers with some of these storms as they come across. So you guys make sure that you go ahead and keep that like button going, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Again, this is we're covering severe weather. Yeah, I'm going to do a couple hours here today. But also wanted to test some of our new upgrades here for the system. Our alert tone system is now working properly, which is great. We got this new little rotating 3-day severe weather outlook. I like that. That's working pretty good. We got another tool that we have that is not quite ready yet. It's what I call my warning zoomer or my warning hopper. We'll have that up here soon enough. We just got to make some fixes on it. It's getting cropped out. I just can't quite use it for on air just yet, but we'll get that here soon enough. We've added the WeatherWise app here. Really, it's going to be our backup severe weather mode, as well as our kind of going interactive on the watches and warnings and on the outlooks and stuff. Really like that. We added the GOES 19 satellite with the lightning fix data. This is really good because you can kind of get an idea, look-see of what's going on in the atmosphere by looking at the lightning on top of the clouds to get an idea of where the thunderstorms are increasing. And obviously, we're going to wait and see how these storms kind of blossom out here. Hasn't really got going just yet, but that's going to be coming here very soon. Let me make sure this is on refresh mode, because sometimes if you don't do it, it will not update. And I don't think that's updating. So let me just double check here. Enable. There we go. Make sure that's enabled right. Here we go. There we go. I didn't think it was enabled. Got to make sure you hit that enable button there, and you kind of see the storms flaring up there. And of course, it shifts on me, but that's okay. It's all right. You kind of get the gist of where we're looking right now with the different storms across the southeast and back over toward Texas. Of course, we got our new storm report here. Obviously, still got the day categories that we're looking at there, and the storm reports. We've only had about 6 so far today, but those are going to pick up here as we go through the afternoon. We got our general weather map here, which is really good. We kind of look at where the forecast maps are. We can look at the temperatures and where the frontal systems are across the area. So we're kind of watching that from, obviously, Texas all the way over into the Carolinas. That's kind of our GOES zone right today. So we got that feature there. Obviously, we got our big watch and warnings overlook head, and we got our weather data here that we're going to watch as well. All right, we got a new warning. Let's go back to Radar Omega here. Let's see where that one is posting. This one is over into South Carolina. So
new information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
All right, so we got ping pong size hail on this one. This is that one that was looking very healthy on the radar.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
This is for Chester County and East Central Union County. It goes until 5:45. Severe thunderstorm was located 10 miles southwest of Chester, and this was moving east at 20 on this one. So that's definitely got a very nice, healthy core on that. Wow, when you start seeing that,
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Good. So you really know you've really got something healthy in there. So let me take a look at the VIL on this. This really got to be pegging out by now. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good hail. Probably get some golf ball size hail with that thing. Going right on the edge of that box. So it's interesting how the new box shifted a little bit further south. So over toward McKinnon, Cronwell, Well Ridge, and Rossville, I should say. That's kind of in the path of that pretty good hailstorm there. That's a very good, very pronounced cell. So we've got 3 in the Carolinas we're watching. We've got 4 back over here in Mississippi and 1 in Alabama. So we got a couple of these storms here. Got the storm in Mississippi coming into Alabama right now. That's drifting off to the south. So Geiger and Emile, and maybe getting into Gainesville there. Gainesville, Alabama, not Gainesville, Georgia. We got this one down here. This one never really looked all that bad. It's even that one's fizzled out. I'm not even worried about that one. That one's looking very bad on that one. I'll switch over to the one here in Baton Rouge. Now these are pretty good. These are probably dumping some very good heavy rains there. In fact, we'll look at the rains here, and that's kind of all ponding over the same area. Hey, before you guys go, remember to make sure that you hit that like button if you can. We're at 10 likes so far on the broadcast. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider joining the Weather Nerds family. Just hit that subscribe button there. And you can compare our broadcast with any of the other ones you might be comfortable with. Just would like to be included. So just go ahead and hit that subscribe button there. And it'd be a pleasure to have you on board. All right, let's go over here to I'm going to look at the rainfall totals on this thing. That's got to be dumping some very good rain. Oh, yeah. That's you kind of can tell. I was like, well, this really looks like it's dumping some heavy rain in here. And it is definitely doing that. 2.5 inches of rain. That fell in about an hour. That's a little over an hour, about an hour and a half. That's a lot of heavy rain. That's going to cause some localized flooding there in the Prairieville and St. George area there in Louisiana. So localized flooding, yep, that is what you call localized flooding. Definitely fits that textbook definition right there. All right, let's go back out to the west. Again, I'm kind of watching the activity in the east and also checking the stuff out here in the west as we kind of waiting for the storm chasers to kind of get going. This is a pretty good hailer here. Let's see. Aaron's getting close to intercept this storm. Seeing some of the big drops of rain coming out of those storm clouds, starting to get that thing going a little bit. As the cap's starting to break down a little bit. I think I'm going to take my wife to do Mexican tonight. Hey, there goes the warning right on that cell. All right, there you go. Couldn't have planned that any better. I did that deliberately. Damage threat considerable. Golf ball size hail, which is not unexpected here. This is for northern Pecos County and southeastern Ward County. It goes till 4:45. Severe thunderstorm was located 10 miles south of Grand Falls, moving east at 10. So golf ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. That's exactly what I said. I thought 70-mile-per-hour winds would be out here in the Texas area. Let's go check another camera here. Let's look at Vince's view there. You kind of get a look at what he's seeing. And seeing some pretty good heavy rains there. Sky doesn't look like it's a real hail there or not, but we'll keep a watch file on that. See the wind's coming up a little bit. Let's see what this thing's doing as far as its motion. Looks like a couple of smaller cells may have interacted with this. Here's this one coming up from the south. The main hail is going to be back up here. This is where the main hail is going to be, back up here to the north, or to the west, I should say. You look over to the Ville. There's our vertical integrated liquid. That's where our hail is at. Large hail is probably back in here. As I said, it says golf ball size hail. So we finally got a couple of warnings there in Texas, which is where the main watch is right now. They're good. I don't know what the distance is between these two, about 500 miles away, but we got a couple of them out there. Again, that's where you see the watch box out here in the west, kind of covering a big part of Texas right through here. That is our severe thunderstorm watch. Goes until 11 o'clock Central Daylight Time for tonight. Come back to Radar Mega here. All right, starting to see things settle down here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes warning. This is getting awfully close. This is not a warning yet. This is over in Louisiana. That one's getting very close. That's flirting with it. Let me see. My bride has sent me some. All right, got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see where that one's at. This one's up here into Mississippi again. This is the one that's drifting southward right along the border. So this one expires in 30 minutes. This is for southeastern Nockabee and northeastern Kemper. Goes till 4:30. Severe thunderstorm was located over Cooksville, or 13 miles southeastern Macon, moving east at 30. That's a pretty good healthy cell. As you can kind of see there, it's just riding right along that Mississippi-Alabama line right there. So not a whole lot. Let me look at the Ville on this as well, see what the hail's doing. Yeah, got some hailers in here, especially on the southern part of this. Pretty good hailers here, and a little hailer there. Probably getting some nickel size hail with this, maybe quarter size hail. Let's go back out to the west. All the chasers all around one storm. That's so funny to see. See where Connor may be going to intercept the southern cell. I love watching the chasers when they're out there in Texas, because it's so flat. You can see for so long. You can get a really good view on stuff out there. Obviously, this is not a tornado type day for today for the weather, but it's definitely a good place to be able to get a good idea of the storm and look at everything going on in the horizon with it. Some really nice pre-clouds there. All right, let's see what we got. A new warning here just came out. Let's check this one out. This one is there in Mississippi. All right, back in near Hattiesburg. All right, let's switch on this one. Ooh, that's a pretty good looking cell there. Yep. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for northeastern Forest, east central Lamar, and southwestern Jones. Goes till 4:45. Severe thunderstorm was located near East Abunchy, or near Patel, moving east at 15. So let's see that. Check out the cameras there in Hattiesburg. Again, we're looking at the southern Mississippi there. Southern Miss, you kind of see the camera there. It looks like that storm's just over to the right, so it's kind of sitting over here. You see that pretty good heavy rains there running parallel to the highway there. So pretty good thunderstorm there. Probably got a little hail in there too. See that purple showing up in there, so you know probably got a little hail falling. Just kind of running to the east of the interstate there. So it's like it's drifting off to the east. So Morriston getting a hit there. Could get looking pretty good. Get a little hit there. Again, do me a favor before you guys head on out. We're averaging about 5 minutes and 47 seconds on the turnover. So before you leave, please leave me a like and hit me a subscribe if you can. It helps the YouTube algorithm. When you're a small channel like ours, you got to have a little help from the actual viewers watching the product. So in order to do that, please leave a like, leave a subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And then when you leave, somebody else will take your place. That's how it works when you're a small channel. And we definitely qualify as a small channel. Viewer participation is requested. That's a pretty good sell there. That's riding right along the Alabama-Mississippi line. And that is getting just coming over into Mississippi and Alabama. So not Palinola, Fair Oaks, Warsaw. Well, they get some pretty good hail there in Cooksville. Look at that. That's got some nice purple in there. Yes, I'm going to be using a lot of the Ville today. Just a lot more hailers out there than what I've seen in recent storms. We switch on out back here to the west. Let's go check out this northern storm. I haven't looked at this one in a little bit. Up near Clarendon, Texas. Clarendon. Is that where the 6-inch ranch is at? 666 Ranch? I'm not sure that's where they're at or not. So that's kind of holding its own. Checking our business app here. Oh, thank you, Judy. I appreciate you, Judy. Thank you. Just responding to a text message here or a message. Thank you. Thanks so much. All right. Yeah. Now these guys out where he's shooting, you see how flat it is. That's still got a little bit of a cap in place there, but I'm sure it'll destabilize here soon enough where he's at. Let me switch back over to the Midland radar here. I see how these storms are evolving. This one's looking pretty decent. Let's keep coming up toward Connor. He looks like he maybe stopped, waiting on that cell to come right at him. Let's see here. No, he's still driving. Okay. I think the biggest thing I saw last year was during the Nebraska thunderstorms, end of April last year, and caught a tornado going right across the road, took out some houses. The storm chase went over there and helped them out and stuff. But that was amazing to see. It was toward the end of April last year. Those big ones that hit the real big ones hit up Nebraska. We're going to be active again next week, folks. Tornado, I really think we may see, not saying a major tornado outbreak, but I think we're going to see some next week, heading up toward the 29th or so, and thereafter, 28, 29, 30, somewhere in that range, because we got a pretty good trough that's going to be coming out of the west. And it looks like the plains, like from Kansas up toward Nebraska, that's going to be my battle zone watch for next week. So depending on the timing on when that's going to go on, hopefully I can be able to do some coverage for that. But hopefully, don't go off. But we shall see. Let's go back over here. Check on these cells here in South Carolina. Still a pretty good day. Look at that. Look at that hailer on that thing. Woof. Chester, you're going to get Chester, South Carolina. Oh boy, you're going to get ready to get blasted with a pretty good hailstorm there. That is still looking very impressive. It looks like it's coming down just a little bit because I don't see the gray. Once the gray starts to go, that could be an indication that the storm's weakening here a little bit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to watch this closely. All right. Durham looks like just coming to south of there. Bland's Hill looks like the main downtown Durham just missed the real bulk of this one. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I also need to figure out another thing I'm probably going to do is either on this slide or on a duplicate side. I'm going to bring in, because now that I got this template all made, I'm going to bring in some of my weather buddies to, if they want to participate in weather coverage, to, I can put them up there. I'll be down here and we can kind of cross talk and do some crazy stuff. I can bring them in. I definitely could do it. Would not be that difficult to add to this site, to talk severe weather stuff. Yeah, that storm looks like it's losing a little bit of its punch there coming into South Carolina right now. So look, Carolina's settling down a little bit. That was getting hot and heavy. When I first started broadcasting, they were going pretty crazy. They had about a half dozen warnings out there. Now Georgia's looking clean right now. Oh, new warning. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, in Arkansas. All right, let's go over here. Got a little post-storm here in Arkansas. Let's go in here. That one is for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for southwestern Drew County. Severe thunderstorm is located near Green Hill, and this is moving east at 15. So these aren't moving all that quick. What I probably need to do is I need to pick a day where I know some severe weather's going on, and I got a good buddy of mine out of Birmingham. He used to be a chief out there. He's kind of on his own now, so he does some field work and stuff. If I could pick a day with some weather going on and say, hey, would you like to do some severe weather coverage with me just to kind of test the premise? Hey, good to see you. Yes, I do like the new setup. We got the new alerts working there. The voice alerts now will work.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
As you can hear with the alert tone there. What we've learned is the...
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
What we've learned is that alert tone, it will only go active on the graphic it's on.
A new flash flood warning has been issued.
Oh, really? Where did that one go? That's another thing I got to figure out as far as which ones I want to activate on.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I'm watching all these. So the alert tones, I'm going to keep those on, and
New information.
It's backed
this
up
severe
because I was off
thunderstorm
it.
warning has been updated.
So that's my fault. So it's kind of catching up. So the queue is backed up a little bit. So what I want to do.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Fault. So the queue gets backed up. So when it does that, it's got to spill through it and stuff.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Because I didn't add it to these other slides. I got to add them to the other slides or it's going to get backed up on there. So that's on my to-do list. I got to add that in there. I only want to keep it on the main radar slide. So the 4 slides that I have, I got this one, that's my main one here. I got this one right here. These 2 have got it, so they'll go off and on. But these 2 here, this one here and the wall one do not have it. So as a result, if I'm on those other 2, it'll get backed up and I won't be able to see that on there. So that's something I've got to have to add to there. So, and then my warning zoom feature, which I really like, not ready to use just yet. I'll show you this to you. I showed this earlier. I'll show it to you. Rosin, I'll show you here real quick. This is the interactive map here. It's getting cut off right now. So it's at the top of the map's cut off, so I can't really get into the stuff. So it's going to zoom into the actual watches and warnings, and it'll have the data on it there on the side. So it's going to, so I can hop around to different warnings in different areas. I'll get the specifics on there. That's not quite ready to go just yet, but it's coming. We'll get that up here soon enough. That's another little widget we're working on, but we'll have that back soon enough. Let's go back out here toward Texas again. I want to see how these storms are behaving out here. Not looking bad so far. I mean, they pulsed up severe on that one. That one's looking, it's weakening a little bit. Let's see what the sky conditions out are looking like. Yeah, it's a work in progress. We're getting it there. We're definitely getting it there. We're gonna make it very, very nice. I'm so excited about the upcoming hurricane season. I've got to make me one slide in here for guest meteorologists, so I can have some crosstalk with some people. I got a few people, friends and colleagues that I might be able to talk into helping me out to do that on a few occasions. So so hopefully that'll be something that. Oh, here's a hail report up here. I got it. 1-inch hail up here. Train spotter, 1-inch hail 4 miles west of Clarendon. All right, get some hail up there too. So for those who don't know, the severe weather battle zone here for today really predominantly is out here in Texas. So it's out here. We've got the severe thunderstorm watch out in this zone out here. This goes until 11 o'clock tonight. So this is where all the storm chasers are out here. Now, in the meantime, though, we're getting a lot of activity that's kind of firing up here across the southeast. Now, Georgia, I think you had some earlier rain really stabilize you. So I'm worried about Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, the Carolinas. You're getting some stuff out there for this afternoon. The satellite imagery here is kind of showing you where the lightning is kind of really getting fired up here for right now. So you kind of see that the lightning really kind of you're getting a little bit here, starting to go a little bit on. Again, we're watching that boundary here kind of shift out of the New Mexico into Texas. There's a little upper level disturbance that's kind of running into Texas there. It's going to set that severe weather off there. Just checking to see if we had any new reports. Nope, no new reports have come in. Just checking. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. A guest meteorologist, I'm hoping to add a couple of them there. I would basically add them to this window here. On this one, what I would do is I've got this version here, which is my rotating wall there. And then I've got this version, obviously, for a storm chaser to put some video up there. But then I can put a guest meteorologist on there. Their microphone can stay hot. I can go back to them whenever they want. They can do whatever they can. If they can see something they want to pull, then we need to zoom in on or focus in on, we can talk about it. Yeah, I like to do that. Be good to have somebody to kind of cross-check with. And I'll be honest with you, I might even reach out to the University of Georgia, the meteorology school out there, and see if there's any students who may have an interest in wanting to participate. Might bring them in that way too. That'd be a good learning experience for them, and have somebody who can be an extra set of eyeballs to kind of watch when we're in severe weather mode. Let's go back to the Midland radar here. It's awfully doggone pixelated. San Angelo. Oh, I'm a base reflectivity. My bad. No wonder it looks like crap. I was like, why does that look so bad? Oh, because I'm on the wrong damn thing. It's like, why does that look so crappy? Yeah, so I was going to do some severe weather coverage. I'm testing everything. I got a couple things I got to fix. I know what I got to add. I got to add a couple things and another thing I want to fill. I don't know. We're still working on that font, whether we want to go bigger or not. There's a new warning right where we're on it, too. I might as well go get it. This is half-dollar size hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. This is for north central Pecos County until 5 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm was located 16 miles southeast of Grand Falls, moving east at 20. 70-mile-per-hour winds, half-dollar size hail with this one. That's why I really want that zoom effect here. Let's see what these guys are saying. I'll keep going back to see what these guys are saying as far as their activity here. I got a text message here.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
New crawl time is frozen at 4:43. Oh, I see that. Okay, hold on. Thank you. I didn't see that.
A new considerable destructive thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Okay, let me go back here. I got to fix something. My timer got broke here, so give me 1 second here. I'm going to do a reset there, resync. There we go. All right, syncing it back up. And she's on. There we go. My clock had stopped. I wasn't paying attention to that. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. See, nobody was paying attention to the clock. My clock had frozen. But this is why it's important for us to do these kind of coverage, so we can kind of, as we're upgrading our capabilities and our technical aspects of the programming and stuff, that we can go ahead and make those corrections and have it ready to go in the future. So that's why I decided to go ahead and hop on here today to do this, because ultimately the goal here is obviously to provide the best weather coverage possible, to give it something where everybody's kind of, certain things they're used to seeing out there. And like I said, we are definitely made some major strides here over the last week or so. Ooh, look at that sky condition. That's really starting to go downhill. Look how dark those skies are getting. Nice activity down to his south. Definitely seeing a good hailer here, right near the Fortson area. That's a pretty good. See that purple in there? That is a pretty good hail. That one's not ain't got a warning on it yet, but that's coming. I can almost guarantee you we're gonna have a warning on that cell here real soon. That's gonna have a warning, no doubt. Let's see what these guys are seeing inside the storm. Aaron can't quite see his stuff. Let's see what Connor's showing. There you go. Kind of see what these guys are looking at. It looks like the worst of the storm is going to be over his left, over here. What I'm most interested to see what these guys are going to see is they're going to see any kind of hail and stuff in their area. Hey, make sure that if you have not done so, make sure that you have gone ahead and given me a like. Oh, that's what's causing the problem. Oh, now I know. All right, now I know what's causing. Okay, there you go. All right. See, I just learned something new. When I was popping up my YouTube tracker to kind of keep an eye on what you guys are doing as far as your view times and watching stuff, when I took that graphic full on top of the overlay, which is the time and the warning stamp, it freezes it. So I just noticed what caused that. So I just got to make sure it's not up all the way, and I'm good to go. All right, see? You learn. You lesson, you learn. Let's see what Storm Runner Media here is showing. Not looking too bad out there today. I tell you, I know those guys are probably all kind of looking at next week's weather data and going, "Ooh, next week looks like that's going to be possible tornadic week next week." We'll see. We'll see what the models continue to we get closer. But the next week's definitely looking a little more aggressive, I think, with the severe weather. Let's go back here to the west. I want to double check the activity around the southeast. So that's still potent. Look at that. That's still a potent little cell there in Arkansas, all by itself. Little hailer right there, all by itself there in Arkansas. We got these cells here near the Mississippi-Alabama line. These have been pretty intense. All these storms have had pretty good hailers with them today. Not bad at all. And thank you for the likes, by the way. Got a couple more likes on there. Appreciate that. Before you guys leave, make sure you put the likes and do the subscribe thing. Although we haven't really had any subscribers here today. Today really wasn't a big, broadcast type day for the severe weather. But this is probably the best day we got for the week, to be honest with you. So I wanted to get this in to kind of test all of our tools and make notes on things I got to fix. New severe thunderstorm warning. Where we got? Out through Texas here, maybe? Let's see here. There it is. Into Louisiana. Let's go in on this one. Here's our new warning here. This is for 1-inch hail. This is for southeastern Avoyas and northeastern St. Landry parishes. Goes till 5:15 Central Daylight Time. Storm's moving northeast at 10. So these ones in Louisiana are definitely gully washers. They are definitely some very high amounts of
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
And that's the new warning right there. So a little bit of delay there between what Radar Omega does and the other one, just a little bit.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
There was two of them. Where was the other one? I didn't see the other one. Was it up this way? I think it was this one, actually. Yeah, it was this one here. That was the other one. Ping pong size hail. Oof. Yeah, this is the other one. Central Wake County and north central Johnson and southeastern Durham, south central Franklin. That goes until 6 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm is located over RDU International, Raleigh-Durham International, and moving east at 35, 60-mile-per-hour winds. You can see the hail on that one, too. Almost all of these have all had nice little hailers with them. There's that nice little purple. So I can tell, Michiba, looking at that reflectivity, that when I look at the veil, which dictates that hail, gonna be a nice little, yep, right there. It's a nice little gray mountain. That means you're maxing out the peg. You're probably getting some ping pong size hail in there. Whenever you see it kind of maxing out gray, that means you got large hail. Check out the cell over here near the Carolinas. This one was looking pretty intense. It's still got decent hail in there. Not as bad as it was earlier. It's past south of Chester, coming up toward Richburg and coming up toward Fort Lawn here pretty soon. See the heavy rain shaft there, southern Mississippi. Southern Miss. So we got 10 different warnings out there, look, all over the place. Where's our new warning? Texas. What we got? Texas. There we go. Let's go back out to Texas. Got another one here down to the south. A lot of big area to cover for severe weather today. Very active. Southeastern Armstrong, southwestern Donley goes until 5 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm is located 5 miles northwest of Bryce, or 12 miles south of Clarendon, moving northeast at 15. 60-mile-per-hour winds, half-dollar size hail on that one. I can see how that really pulsed up here very quickly.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yep, that's that one. So that is that cell right there we just got the warning on.
New information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
That's in Mississippi. That was updated in Mississippi. Let's see where that one is. I think it's this one here. Yep, that's that one. Let's see if there's any changes here. Not really. Max 1 inch size hail and rate winds of 60 miles per hour. That's what they're checking in there. So we got, I got a couple of them there in the Carolinas. We got 2 here in Mississippi, 3 actually. I got 1 in Arkansas, 1 in Louisiana, and we got several here in Texas, 3 in Texas. So we got them all spread out in several stations. All the storm chasers are down here in South Texas because this is where the cold core is coming out of. I am shocked that this one does not have a warning on it. I mean, come on, guys. What y'all waiting for? Come on. That has got a big hail on that sucker. Come on. What are y'all doing? You're killing me, Smalls. I mean, come on. Let me look at the view on that thing. Now, come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I mean, come on. Any of y'all watching that can see that that needs to have a severe thunderstorm warning on that. It's just east or west of Stockton, Texas, right on I-10. There's a good hailer right there. Very good return on that. I mean, come on. I mean, you're gonna leave warnings on these. This one definitely needs to have a warning on it. Come on, Weather Service. Get your head out of your backside. Come on. Get up on it, man. But that's where all the storm chasers are. In fact, let me go out here. I want to double check the latest. Let me look at the latest high resolution model data here. See if the 20Z is running. Is that all the way in yet? Let's see if that's all the way in yet. Yeah, it is. Okay. So this is why they're out here. Let me show you this real quick. This is the model data out here. This is the high resolution model data for these storms that you're seeing out in here right now. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me go back to the Omega. Thank you. You asked, you shall receive, right? Let's go update this. Finally, I'm like, when are y'all going to kick out that warning? So here you go. This is for Central Pecos County. Goes until 5 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm warning located 7 miles northwest of Fort Stockton, moving east at 30 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour winds, quarter size hail. I don't know, that hail may be bigger than that. Looking at that bill, that's pretty intense. Well, anyway, that's what we're playing. But anyway, I digress. So you see the clusters of storms in this area. And then when I go back over here to the model data, I'll show you the model data here. This is what they're tracking. Okay, they're tracking this this little upper disturbance that's coming out of Texas. So there's Texas. Again, watch the little timestamp there. So this is the stuff that's firing right now, and you kind of see it kind of going eastward there. So that's where that storm is. That's where the most intense activity is. That's going to race off toward the east, and it looks like it kind of gets in toward. Let me back this up one. This one's not totally upgraded just yet. So this kind of goes off, just looks like turns into a bit of a squall line and head up toward my buddy Dan the Man out of Dallas. Looks like they're going to get some storms during the early morning hours. Oh, it doesn't look all that severe. So this stuff's going to progress off toward the east and into a little bit of a squall line. Looks like San Antonio and Dallas are going to get it toward tomorrow morning as that moves off toward the east with that storms. Or the activity that's currently flaring out there right now. Let's see what Connor's seeing there. It's kind of interesting with it. Look like they're pretty good hailers, but I'm not really seeing it very well on some of the video representation out there. Not seeing a whole lot out there. Make sure you hit those like button, guy, and hit that subscribe button. If you're watching somewhere and you're not one of my regulars, please just go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. And I'd like to say hello to you. I don't even know if the other guys are broadcasting right now. They probably are. This time of year, they're going to be on just about any time we got any kind of severe weather up.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning
that
has
one's
been
on the
updated.
Alabama system. So let's go back over to Alabama. This is the Alabama one they just updated. So I'd like to see what they've done out here. This goes for another 10 minutes. So till 4:30. Okay, just double check to see if they had anything critical to put out. They didn't, so just going to check on it. My area not looking too bad. North Georgia, we had a nice steady rain that came in this earlier today and really stabilized the crap out of the atmosphere. So we're not going to get to that marginal risk of severe weather. This is what there's the rotator there. You kind of see where the action is going to be for tomorrow. The same areas that are getting it today in Texas, they're going to get it tomorrow. You see the wind risk up there for tomorrow, and that's going to continue. And even in day 3, it goes, even though it goes to a marginal risk on day 3. The next today, tomorrow. Today's probably the best day as far as number of severe weather. The other 2 are not broadcasting. Okay, thank you. Like I said, not a big day, not a big weather day. Oops, let me get this phone call. Is my bride. Stand by, guys. All right, sorry about that. So anyway, I digress. Anyway, hold on one second. I need to go get my other phone. Stand by for a second. I'm going to put you over here on this other graphic, which is really cool. See, I can go like this, and although I need to turn this, I cannot use that weather wall. Why am I? It shows up my color. I'll be right back. Hold on for a second, guys. Ooh. All righty. Sorry about that, guys. And I apologize, I'm fighting a cold. I am really fighting a bit of a cold. So, a couple things I've also learned with YouTube is you got to have, whenever you go to it, if you're using a YouTube as a share, you better have it on refresh, because if you don't, it'll freeze right where it was left off as. I'm not sure if there's a setting in YouTube to prevent that, but if you keep it on refresh, it'll update and keep it going. So we'll keep a watch on these guys that are chasing out there right now, and we'll keep an eye on this thing right now. If you have not hit that like button, please do so if you could help me out. I've only got like 12 likes, which is not really good. not very good. So if you hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. And if you're a subscriber, thank you as always. And if you're not a subscriber, like we just added one there, so we're at 6690. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we got some new warnings. They added some stuff out here to the west. Let's go back here to the west here. Let me make a quick phone call here real quick, guys. I got to do this call for my wife. Boy, these are some hail. Wow, look at these. Look at these suckers. Woo! These have got some big old hailers in this one. We got to watch these. These are good hailers here. Stand by. I got to make a quick phone. Stand by. Hold on. Apologize for that, guys. Trying to do two things at once. Like trying to multitask. Look at the halos on that sucker. Wow. Yeah, those videos. Makes me wonder if these guys are going to get in the middle of. All right. Yeah, watch the video there. What? That's some boy. That's probably a good halo there to the right, man. Woo! Look at that. That's got some good structure on that tail. Well, storms are probably topping 45,000 feet there. You can see that they're all eyeballing that one storm. Coming in north of Fort Stockton. All right. Oh, I hate having a cold. Having a cold in the daggone spring or summertime is the absolute worst. I never get them in the wintertime. I always get them in the spring or summer. It's kind of interacting in this storm here. Let's see what Aaron. I'm trying. I keep going back to these cameras because I want to see. If these guys get into this hailstorm or not. I mean, that's gonna be really something to get in there. All right. All right. Whew. Man, I hate having colds. Oh. But not going to keep me down. That is a hail core. That right there, you can see why that thing's maxing out. Look at the downdraft on that sucker. Wow. Look at that. That is a pretty good downdraft there. We got some very heavy rain in there. You can see the Momatis a little bit on the bottom of the clouds. Look at the color hue up here at the top. See that? See that color hue? That's usually a pretty good indication of hail. Looking at the color hue up here, it's kind of a greenish here. That's usually an indication of hail. And it clearly shows up very nicely on the radar. Look at that. Wow, that's a good structure storm there. That's for Armstrong and Donnelly, Texas.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
He's got his camera down on the ground there.
New information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Now, I've got to fix that. That's a problem.
New information,
Right.
this severe considerable
Hey, Steve, if
destructive
you're still
thunderstorm
watching,
warning has been
what
updated.
I've noticed here with the program there, if I kick off that thing for too long,
New
everything gets
information,
backed
this
up in the
severe
queue.
considerable destructive thunderstorm
and it will
warning
not
has been
clear
updated.
out until I get back on it. So,
New information.
so what you guys
this
are
severe
hearing are the
considerable
alerts
destructive
for the new
thunderstorm
software
warning has
program we
been
have down
updated.
below that's going through. And what I learned during this broadcast is I got to have it in every slide in order for it to stay up and make sure it doesn't get backed up in the queue. So what I will do for future broadcasts is I will take that particular element, that source element, and I'll put it on my slides so the queue doesn't get backed up. So that's something that we had to learn. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you heard me earlier, but yeah, I've got to have that on every slide. So I'll add them in later. I won't do it now, but I will do it later. I'll stay on this one for right now. But looks like that hail core is going to split right between these two guys. These guys went down. These guys are down here in Stockton. Here's the hail core right there. That's probably got some good strong hail in there. But it looks like they stopped off the side. It's a very, very impressive storm here. Again, I want to thank everybody for checking us out. We've been doing a kind of a test broadcast here today on our severe weather coverage. We've made some serious upgrades here on the channel for our crawl system, our alert system, some new products that we've kind of added here to bring us more on par with our peers in the YouTube pages out there and stuff. So again, we're not going to be able to compete directly because we're a small channel, but I at least want to make sure that we have the same technology and the same elements available to give you guys the choice. If you don't want to compete with 50,000 people at once, you can come over here and check out the small channel and you can get your questions asked on a personal level if you could do that. If you could please subscribe to the channel, please do so. Make me one of your sources. You can check back in whenever we're doing our live broadcasts, especially during hurricane season. And then also give me a like. Let me know where you guys are watching from. All of a sudden, this thing got awfully busy here. Okay, I'll check on that. All right, I'm doing two things at once again. Hold on one second, guys. End of the day, I'm getting beat up, man. What is wrong with you people? Hold on a second. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. So anyways, we could continue to try to grow the channel here. Again, my goal here is, we've been doing this for 18 months now, and I finally feel like we're almost there. We just got some minor tweaks and some things here from a technology standpoint that brings us on par with our peers and to give you guys effective coverage. So really looking forward to, well, he's going to get right in that hailer. He's going right for it. Boy, we got to see if he's going to get in that hailstorm. He's going right for it. Yeah, he's getting awfully close. So you see that hailer coming right at Aaron, and this is here when you see that kind of off the chart reflectivity. That's what that teal color is. That means you probably got some very large hail in there. It's going to show up on the VIL as well. You can see the big gray area there. So this is going to go right over him. It's coming right at him. So we're probably going to see some pretty good sized hail in here. So let's stay on Aaron's shot. He decided to put his car right in the middle of that. So let's wait and see what happens as that storm cell goes right over him because I got a funny feeling we're going to see some very large hail bouncing off his car. Let's see if we can turn on his audio here. I'll bring that down just a little bit.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Oh, that's a little loud. I'll keep that down. A little too loud. Sorry. But yeah, that's going to be, he's going to have that hail core going right over him. So not seeing the hail just yet, but boy, he's going to have some possibly big hail unless we lose his signal. Oh God, he's starting to peg out. Oh, yeah, you get in the middle of a hailstorm or heavy thing, you kind of lose your signal a little bit. Oh, he's decided to move. Oh, I didn't think he was going to get out of there. I mean, that hail core is almost right on top of him. Is he going down the street? He's going to intercept. He's going to go right into it. So we'll see. Let's see what he's going to show here. Very heavy rain, obviously. Not too terribly high on the content. I just want to see if he's going to run into any good size hail in there. I always love a good hailstorm. Yeah, saving his car. I would think so. I wouldn't want to get my butt caught in a big hailstorm like that. Absolutely not. We've got a new warning. Let me back out here. Let me see. We got the new warning. I just heard a new warning came out here. Where we got? Oh, here, Carol. Oh, Virginia. Let's go over Virginia real quick. We'll come back to that in here in just a second. I also got a hail over this one too. So we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is up on the North Carolina-Virginia border. This is for north central Hartford, northwestern Gates, the city of Franklin, southeastern Southampton County, southwestern Isle of Wight County, and the city of Suffolk. 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail in that one. Getting pretty close to Suffolk. That'll move. It keeps moving in that direction. So you're kind of racing right along there. That's Virginia. We got severe weather from Virginia all the way to Texas. That's a big area to try to cover, right?
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Just want to see if you're going to get any of that large hail in there. I don't know. It's like I think he decided to move out of the way. But it also looked like it pulsed up. It pulsed up real tense and it came back down. It's heading right for him. He's really close. Let's see what Connor's camera's looking like here.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That's the Virginia one.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Illinois. Oh, I didn't see that one. Must have missed that one. Said Peoria, Illinois had one? I didn't see. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Totally didn't see that one. Wow. That's one good thing. I love that alert system because I can see exactly where the counties are. That is a big plus. That's going to help me out a ton. Severe thunderstorm warning goes until 5. This is for West Central Peoria County. Yep. I didn't even see that one up there. See? I love that. Nice upgrade. I love that. Especially when they've been updated in case I miss anything. That's going to really be nice. Big upgrade. All storm chasers, all around one storm.
New information. This severe considerable destructive thunderstorm warning has been updated.
That's this one. 2-inch size hail. Yep, this one just came in.
New information. This severe considerable destructive thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Well, when you're talking about 2-inch hail, yeah, that'll do it for you. Although it looks like it's peaked out. Aaron, are you going to get in the middle of that hailstorm? I want to see that. I don't want to see his car get messed up, but I do want to see the hail. It looks like just heavy rain at this point. It's amazing when you get the heavy rain falling and you get the sunshine coming through at the same time. Not seeing that. Looks like it was the storm was peaking and it starts to contract. It's amazing how quickly these things can fire up so fast and start to weaken at the same time. This has also got 2-minute tail on this one. These guys are looking back to the west. Let's see what they're looking at. Ooh, this camera's messed up. Let's try Project Weather Eye. He's got a good camera there. That's a cell back to the west there. So again, I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider it. Again, this has been kind of a test bed day today. I'm taking mental notes on things I've got to fix as far as my alert tone and different things. Our warning hopper not ready to go just yet, but it's getting close. We just got some modifications we got to do on that. But everything else is looking pretty good. And I like y'all's opinion. Let me know what y'all think. If there's something you think you'd like to see different, or we got some suggestions, so please put it down in the chat. I do appreciate you guys helping support our little channel here. And I'll probably do an ad buy here at the end of the month. I'll probably do a $100 ad buy here on YouTube. Try to see if I can push that to 7,000. It might take more than 100. I think $100 will get me maybe 175 new subscribers. It's advertising on YouTube is a lot more expensive than advertising on Facebook. Facebook comes out, I can get like a dime per new follower, whereas in YouTube, for me, it averages about maybe 65, 70 cents. It's a little more expensive, so I don't try to advertise over there as much. And I don't use those bots. I will not. I refuse. I did that one time, and I'm paying the price. I'm still paying for the price for it now because YouTube will do a scan. If they see the bots out there, they'll start dropping them, and then my count will start dropping, and I won't see where it's coming from. It's not coming from posting videos, so I stay away from that stuff. Yeah, you're like, we get your viewership up. Yeah, it's all fake. It's all bots. I don't want no stinking bots. Aaron's he lost his camera view there. I wonder. Yeah, he's down. Lost his view. It could be because of the rain fade. You see how dark those clouds are there? Boy, very, very dark. Looks like a little rotation in there as well, but not a lot. I haven't looked at the winds on this. Yeah, you got some broad. I just noticed it when I was looking at the cloud cover. It looked like there was a little rotation going on in there. It is a little bit. It's very broad, but it's there. You got a little bit of a rotating mesocyclone here. This is probably part of that upper level core. I was noticing it on the shot here from Connor. I was noticing that the clouds looked like they were rotating a little bit. Classic supercell structure, that's for sure. Hey, G-Bro, good to see you, man. How you doing? We're just doing a little test run here on our upgrades. We did fix some things from over the weekend. Our alert tone is up and running. Our audio alert tone is up and running now. We've changed the crawl to be all caps, so it's a little bit easier to read. Made that upgrade there. Our weather warning hopper system, which is something new, not quite broadcast ready yet. We got a couple fixes we got to do on that. But overall, we're definitely getting there. We're moving in a very nice direction here. Well, that's some pretty good winds coming there. What are the winds going there? That's got to be some pretty good winds. Let's notice this out. 64 mile per hour winds, getting very close to where Connor's at. Connor Croft. Connor Croft. You can find him out on YouTube too, by the way. So that's where our severe weather, this tornado risk is, you can see right there, is only running about 2%. Only running about 2% there today. So not very high. And somebody unsubscribed me. That's what I get for complaining. I tell you, the one day I'm hoping to do on a severe weather coverage, just for once, I would love to do a severe weather coverage where I get a good audience going and that subscriber starts to roll like an odometer. Just one time before I retire. I hope I get to see that at least one time. That'd be pretty cool. Because I saw a couple of guys that when they were doing their broadcast and it was just going like that, and they were just getting so excited. Can't say I don't blame them. But I love the views out here. I tell you, the storm chasing out here in the plains is just so So fun to watch. Okay, somebody's playing games with me. Don't subscribe and unsubscribe me. You're gonna play with my feelings, man. Don't hurt my feelings. I'm an old dude. But you can see so well out here, especially with these cameras now. And not all the storm chasers have the best cameras. Some are better than others. This one's a very good one, and you can see very well. Got a little like wall cloud there. That's not tornado, by the way. This looks like a little scud, I think. But you can see so well. This out here reminds me a little bit of Kuwait. I was deployed to Kuwait multiple times out in Iraq, and this terrain out here reminds me of it very well. Flat, gray, scrubs around. You kind of see for miles. It does remind me of that. So both these hailers that we were tracking earlier are not quite as impressive as they were earlier. They're looking a little less flamboyant here. So this whole area, by the way, just to kind of remind folks out there, if you're in that part of the country, they're going to be seeing stuff out there for a while. This current watch goes until 11 o'clock tonight, goes right through there. Now, we've had multiple severe thunderstorm warnings kind of all up around the vicinity of that front. No watches with it, just kind of individually. But that whole area there in Texas will be under the gun here for most of the night. We had some stuff up here earlier. Still got this one good cell up here in the Panhandle. That's a pretty good looking cell. Damage to this 2-inch hail on this one too. 60-mile-per-hour winds. Not moving very quickly. 2-inch hail. I promise you, we got that pegging off. Yep, we got some gray there. Look for that gray area south of Gunboat Mountain. Gunboat Mountain. Oh, we got a new warning. Right. Hey, man, I couldn't call that any better. We're just right on it. All right. Let's go talk about this one. $half size hail. This is for East Central Armstrong and West Central Donnelly. Goes until 5:30. Severe thunderstorm was located 11 miles southwest of Clarendon, moving northeast at 15.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
And Donnelly. So that is on that cell. That's right near Amarillo. But you talk about isolated. That's a pretty good isolated cell. Actually, it looks like multiple ones. It looks like some sort of boundary maybe right through there. Just kind of watching a little bit. See it kind of running right through here. It looks like a couple cells may have merged right into that zone. If you're watching, make sure you hit me the like button if you can. What are we up on the like button here? We're up to 15 on the likes. And if you'd like to hit that subscribe button and join our little family here, it'd be an honor and a privilege to have you on board. Thank you. We're averaging about 733 on the watch list today. So we got multiple chasers out here, a couple of them with the same team, like Project Weather Eye. That camera's crap. He's been broadcasting crap for a while. See what his buddy's looking here. He's also not been broadcasting well. Those two have not been good. There's the other one. Now that's looking nice. That's a nice shot. Let's see here. Just kind of watch it. Yeah, it's got a little rotation in there too. Now the tornado risk is low, but it doesn't mean it's not absolutely zero. I mean, it's running about 2%. But you can see this low hanging butt float down and this one here. Both these, you kind of watch. This one's got a little bit of spin to it. It's kind of hard to see from the distance, but you look at it, you can kind of eyeball a little bit. I can see why he's focused in on that one. Odds are it won't produce a tornado.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
For Virginia. I just updated that one.
A new flash flood warning has been issued.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Those storms in Louisiana are moving very, very slowly, so they're definitely some gully washers out there. I'm going to look at I'm going to look at the velocity mode in here. I want to take a look and see. Yeah, he's shooting that wall cloud back here. You can see the red on green. That's the spin that we were seeing on that shot. So we got a little bit of rotation going on in there. Yeah, it's showing up on both. So, but it's very broad. It's not tight. You know, it's not really that tight thing there. So that's what he's seeing. Not that one. Which camera was that? Was it this one? Nope, no, that wasn't that one. Oh, he turned his camera off. Ooh, well, he was there a minute ago. He shut down. All right, well, there's the other one. SeeTheStorm.net. All right, our little broadcast for 2 hours. We got 100 views today. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's not the tens of thousands view, but I do appreciate you guys checking us out. Thank you very much. Heavy rainfall there. Yeah, you'd think he'd be in a hail core, seeing some small hail in there, but he's not. Just some very, very heavy rain. Oh, look at that. Wow. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Tell you, if I wasn't married and it was just me and I had everything else going on, I could see myself chasing. I don't know. I'd probably have one big scare and say, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I've done it a couple times. I did it with a buddy of mine who was a professional storm chaser, knew what he was doing and stuff. I definitely need to bring him in on one of these broadcasts for sure, if he's willing to do it. Just pick a day. Say, hey, pick a severe weather day. Any day that you'd like to go ahead and quarter with me, let's do it. I'd like to bring him on board and we can talk about the cells and stuff. Look at this. Oh, wow. That's nice. Love the structure. Love the structure. I'm still going to kick myself in the head, though, man. I had the idea to do this crap 2 years before the big guy, and then I got sidetracked. That's what you get when you don't follow through. Somebody else comes up with it, and you're like, "Damn, I could have been a millionaire." Oh yeah, I could have won the lottery too if I picked the numbers right, right? All right, let's go back here to the east here.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
That's this one here. This cell's been sitting over the same water. The problem with these ones in Louisiana, they're really sitting over the same area here. Let me show you this. Yeah, that's what I was. See, look at these rainfall totals in here. These things are really high. Almost three inches of rain. I mean, and that's fallen in like a little over an hour or so. So we're getting some very heavy rains there across Louisiana because these storms are just not moving all that fast. That's a pretty intense cell. But give me a loop it here. You can see it. It's just sitting there, just dumping. So we're getting the heavy rainfall in the same area, and you get your localized flooding in those zones. And of course, it's Louisiana, so it floods anyway. So let's go back here to the east. Let's see here. The stuff that we had in Alabama, that is weakened. We had these cells here were severe earlier, but they've diminished the sums. We're not looking bad there.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Donnelly storm. He just updated something out here. So let's go check and see what these storms are doing. A lot of lightning with this stuff. Both these got 8 minutes left on both these cells. See which one they just updated. It wasn't that one, so it has to be this one. Yep, that's the one. Let's see, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, 2-inch hail. And you'd think Aaron would be right in the middle of this thing. Not seeing any hail there. Oh, yeah, I see the hail. No, he's got hail. He's got PSAS hail. Let me turn on his audio. Yep. I noticed, yeah, he's got hail. There we go. Not very big. Yep, he's got hail. There it is, a hailer. Hey, we got the hail. We found it. Oh, look at the big drops. So we have found our first hailstorm for the day. The thing is, when that hail starts falling like that, you don't want to get up any big rate of speed because the faster you're driving, the more damage you're going to do to your car. Now, a lot of these storm chaser vehicles are damaged anyway. They got hail stinks and everything to them. But all sups. Never heard of that. So that's Aaron J. Jack. You can find him. He's also out on YouTube. But looks like what he's getting in there is, looks like mostly pea and nickel size hail. They look not too terribly big. Oh, look at that. I see him splashing in the water. That's good hail there. All right, let's go and pull it back out. Only so much that I can take at one time. Yeah, that one camera is just absolutely terrible. That's a gorgeous shot. Very nice. And Vince is back. There we go. So we've had hailers out there. No tornadoes, thank goodness. Nothing like that. Let's see what this camera up here is showing. Mamatus. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful Mamatus clouds. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Very nice. So let me switch over here. I want to check. I think I'll watch warning map here. That's in that same area. My backup's going to get caught up. You're going to hear a lot of alert tones here probably. Right in between both radars there. See the satellite imagery here. Getting close. That is updating. Good. You're definitely seeing these things starting to explode a little more, especially out here across the Texas Panhandle. Obviously, this is where all the storm chasers are right in here. And we just got just a mix of all these severe weather, all the way from Virginia all the way down toward Louisiana, Alabama. But Georgia, where I'm at, nope, you're out of the loop, man. Everybody else is in it but y'all. It's because of the stuff we had earlier today. It really stabilized the air mass pretty good. Whew. I appreciate y'all checking out my coverage here for the 2-hour little a test bed here for this afternoon. I do appreciate you guys watching the coverage. And hopefully we'll get to do it again in the future. Yeah, the wind's not a problem with these storms. They're just absolutely big time gully washers. It looks like things are settling down here in the east. Everything here is going to be focused out here in the west. Got this pretty good tent sail up here in the Panhandle. That's still looking pretty nasty. Look at that thing. Still very nasty up here. Just south of the Clarendon area, they're going to get hit again. This is probably the same hail we just saw there. Probably going to see it in that same area. We'll see that zone picking up quite a bit with the hail. And we knew this. What's interesting is that the high resolution model did a very good job as far as localizing where this particular cell was going to be set up here today. Really did pretty well with these clusters of these storms. Now, what's interesting is look how these two storms have kind of clustered together now. They're kind of combined. Looks like they're combining forces just a little bit. And thank you for the new subscriber, by the way. I didn't just caught that. And my wife is home, so give me 1 second with her. I think she's going to want to go out to eat, so I might have to. Oh, there's our new warning. Yeah, our two cells are joining forces. Yeah, new warning. This is 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. This is for north central Pecos County. Goes until 5:45. All right, so anyway, so that is that right there. We got that, a 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Those two cells are joining forces. So that's not uncommon to see that kind of setup, where you got these two cells here coming together. And this was going this way, this was kind of going this way, and they're kind of joining right over there. And this is where the storm chaser here is right in the middle. Project Missy's right in the middle where those cells are. You can see, look, again, these things the tornado risk is only running about 2% in this zone, but you could see the rotation taking place right in there as those two cells are kind of merging together. Yep, definitely gotten rotation. Real pretty. Good structure on that. Oh, got a new warning. Let's check that out. What we got here? Oh, clear that out. Where's that new warning? I didn't. Oh, over here, Texas. Here we go. I was going to say, I thought the east was settling down. As that one up declared in again. 60 mile per hour winds, 2-inch hail. This is for southwestern Donnelly County. Goes till 5:45. Severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles southwest of Clarendon, moving northeast at 15. These are definitely not moving very quickly. Classic supercell structures on all these. All right, that's going to do it here for guys. Again, I want to thank everybody for checking us out here today. If you guys have any feedback, anything you'd like to see added to the overall product, please leave me a comment down below. I like to go ahead and get your feedback on this. Wanted to do a couple hours here on the severe weather coverage. There's a couple things I got to fix. We've got some things we're learning as we're going with this. But I'm really proud of how this product is coming together. And hopefully we'll have something very good for you guys here in the future. So if you'd like to share this with anybody, if you'd like to bring them on board, if you'd like
a new considerable destructive thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Individual attention, let me be your guy, okay? I don't hype storms to death. I do like to give it to you straight and steady. And
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. You guys take it easy. I'm sure there'll be some other people out there doing some broadcasts. Check out those storm chasers. Give them a support. And you guys take it easy. We'll see you on our next update.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
You guys take it easy. We'll talk.